Hey there guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to unbox the TCL 20S. Thanks to TCL for sending this out to review. So this is one of 3 phones that TCL released this year. They did release the 20 Pro 5G, which is their premium model. That one comes in at $499 US. This one is $249 US. And then we have the TCL 20 SE, and that one is their lower end model. That one comes in at $189. So this one does come in 2 different colors. It comes in Milky Way Black and North Star Blue. They do have 2 variations of it, so they have a 128 gig variation as well as a 256 gig variation. This one's 128 gigs. Now with this one, it does come with 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 665. It does have a 6.67 inch Full HD Plus display, so it's not OLED like the actual 20 Pro 5G has, but it is still great nonetheless because it does have the NXTvision technology. We do have 4 cameras on the back as well. So we do have a 16 megapixel front shooter, a 64 megapixel main camera. We have 2 megapixel macro lens, 8 megapixel wide angle lens, and then a 2 megapixel depth camera. Now, in addition to that, we do have a large 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is great. This is compatible with 18 watt fast charging. I'm not sure if it comes in the box or not, but we're going to find out. The 20 Pro 5G did come with that. This is unlocked, so it does actually work on all networks here in the United States. So it's compatible with the T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon networks. So you should be able to use that on everything here. Alright, so taking a quick look at our box, you can see we have a nice photo of the phone, the back of the phone on the front, a little display greatness notches there. On the side, of course, we have TCL 20S branding on both sides, high-res audio. On the back here, you can see we have Milky Way Black, and then we do have the 4 gig model with 128 gigs of storage. It does show you the bands that it supports for GSM, CDMA, and LTE, so you'll see that there. This is not a 5G phone, unfortunately, but still, for the price, you're still getting a lot of features for the money. So display greatness at the back right there, and then you can see we have some more of our features that I just mentioned. So 64 megapixel main camera, 6.67 full HD display, SDR to HDR with that the NXTvision technology, 16 megapixel front camera, and 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get inside. There we go. Actually cut it. Nope, can't really cut it, can I? There we go. Okay, and on the top we have our booklets and our SIM eject tool, looks like. So we can open that up and see what we get. So here's our SIM eject tool. Now again, this is unlocked, so you can use this on any carrier. We do actually get a case in the box, which is awesome. So TCL 20S Safety and Precaution Guide, Quick Start Guide, as well as our clear case. So of course this isn't going to be something crazy good or anything, but it is nice that they include it nonetheless. So as you can see, not the greatest case in the world, but really nice they include it nevertheless. So we have our phone right here, and they do use a little paper sleeve instead of a plastic one, so it's recyclable. TCL 20S display greatness, and then some more information. And then if we slide that out, we can take a quick look at the phone. So as you can see, we have that really nice, beautiful color. So this is that Milky Way Black. So as you can see, it has a really nice sheen in the light. Actually has a nice heft to it also. Yeah, definitely going to be an LCD display, not an OLED, but this one is not curved like the 20 Pro 5G. So if you don't like curved displays, then maybe go for this one instead. On the bottom, you can see we have our cable. So we have our cable here, and this is going to be USB-A to USB-C. So not USB-C to USB-C. And then we have our charging brick at the bottom, and this looks like this is the 18 watt fast charger here. Taking a quick look around the phone, you can see we do have a center mounted camera, punch hole camera. We have our display. On the side we have our volume rocker, and we do have our fingerprint scanner on the side actually, which is nice. So that is integrated into the power key as well, so that's pretty cool. It is a very thin design as well. You can see we have a little bit of a camera bump for our cameras on the back. This is plastic, so it's not metal. TCL branding. I just really like the way this looks in the light. That's actually really beautiful. On this side, we do have our, looks like we have a smart key, and we have our SIM card tray as well as our SD card tray. On the top, we have our headphone jack. We do have a microphone at the top, and then at the bottom, we have our speaker and our USB-C port, as well as microphone down here. The 20S is actually a follow-up to the 10L from last year. As you can see, it looks like it is a little bit bigger than the 10L was, and you can see the difference. We do have a corner-mounted camera on the 10L versus a center-mounted one on the 20S. And as you can see the difference on the back, you can see the cameras are center mounted on the 10L. We have this much shinier color on the back, and the fingerprint scanner is moved from the back of the phone to the side on the 20S. so that's a little bit of a difference there. Now we still have a camera hump on the 10L as well, but as you can see, we do have a much larger screen. Now the funny thing is these actually have pretty much the same specs. I'm pretty sure actually this one actually had less storage than the 20S does. This had 64 gigs as a base and 128 gigs as an option, but the same RAM, and it actually has the same processor and everything, so not much of a difference as far as performance should be concerned. Both of them are going to run Android 11 and pretty much run the same, but I'll definitely do a comparison of these later on down the road, but just wanted to give you a quick comparison of these two because this is the follow-up to this one. Alright, and after some setup, we are at the home screen and everything is all set and ready for us. So as you can see with this really nice wallpaper, we have the TCL UI on top of this, so this is TCL UI 3. And just to show you some of the apps that are included on the phone by default, it's actually not a lot of bloat at all. So we have Netflix, we have looks like YouTube Music is included. That's a Google app. You do have a phone switching app, so you can actually switch from your old phone to your new one. We have a One Game, Game Box, weather, news, and booking.com. It's actually really not a lot of bloat, all things considered. So in the settings here, I'll just show you our storage that we have. So this does have 128 gigs of storage, and out of that it looks like we get 106 gigs free to use for ourselves. And again, this is expandable, so you can actually add to it if you want to. So right out of the box, you can see we have Android 11 and we have the April 5th security patch. However, again, it does have an update available already, so it should get us up to the current security patch level. Now, here are the specs again, as I previously mentioned, shows right here. So we have a 1080p display. It is 1080 by 2400. All the different cameras that are included, and then our storage and RAM right there. Now, again, this is very similar to the 10L, so it's not going to be a super fast phone, but it's not slow either. And as you can see, it runs pretty well, you know, for basic tasks. On our camera, you can see we do have our TCL camera UI. You just slide through, portrait mode, super night mode, pro mode. And again, you have those 4 cameras on the back, so you do have 4 cameras and the 1 camera on the front, and it does do 4K video recording at 30 frames per second. So as you can see here, we have 4K at 30 frames per second there. You can... Now, when this does come out of the box, it actually has the buttons on the bottom, but you can change it to the gestures if you want to. That's an Android thing, so that's how I like to do it. The one thing I didn't really like out of the box was the haptic feedback. So you get haptic feedback whenever you type and whenever you move between screens. I personally didn't really like that, so I turned it off, but it's really up to your preference. But anyway, guys, that is just a quick unboxing and look at the TCL 20S. I'll definitely do a full review on this later on down the road, but so far, really like the phone. Feels really nice in the hand, has a really nice set of cameras here, and it is very similar to the 10L, so you're not really missing too much. If you already have the 10L, you may not need to upgrade. It has pretty similar cameras and everything to that, but if you really want to upgrade, you can. You got the option to. So anyway, guys, this has been a unboxing of the TCL 20S. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.